Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your favorite mentor, your one and only forex hero. I go by the name of Ofentse Ledwaba. Today, guys, I'll be sharing with you just about how you can be able to make $1,000 with this strategy. You have to understand that this strategy is proven, tried, and tested, but you all have to follow the rules. You have to follow risk management. You have to make sure that you are able to tackle all the obstacles. But without wasting much time, if you're new to this channel, you know what to do. Click the like, click the subscribe and the notification bell so that you get notified every time we drop a new video. So today, let's not waste much time. Let's go into the charts. Yes, I'm on the chart, guys. So let's start by looking at Euro USD. One thing you have to know that this is the most highly traded pair, but you have to look into account what is currently happening, understanding the movements all around it. So looking at what is currently happening, uh, I want to show you the movement that we managed to capitalize on and how we managed to capitalize, with obviously giving you guys the reason. So basically what you need to understand is that we had this corrective phase to the downside. You can look at it as a channel or look at it as a what, as a corrective manner, because if looking on this and then if you follow what is currently happening, you can see we pushed impulsively to the upside and then we retraced to the corrective pattern. Sometimes that's why I always say you're not always gonna get book trades. So sometimes you have to adjust, adapt than what is currently happening in the market. So look what happened here. So we knew that we have to reach our final TP point, which will be this one, right? So we had our buys coming from the bottom here, and then we reached our point here. So one thing I like to urge you guys is that whenever you are in a trade, make sure you are monitoring it properly, because sometimes you'll have movements that will kick you out like this, but doesn't necessarily mean it has changed the trend. Okay, this one will kick us out into profit. So always make sure that you understand how this uh, kicks you out, whether it's the beginning of a new trend or it's kicking out because they are taking out people who are putting new orders. Because see here what we had, we came to this point and we have this order block, which is the last bearish candle here. So this could have been your re-entry here. You take another buy to the upside. And then let's look at this one as well. Another one was here. So can you see it moved in a form of staircases, because you can see we are pushing up, down, up, down. We have another one here, but this one we don't have an order block representing. We had one here, but it pushed below it. So you can at most see that some instances you have the market creating its own moves, but we have to follow them. Look at this. You can see. And another one subsequently in this one. Then obviously buy. So now can you see where we are now? I'd like to urge you guys to look at this properly. Look where we are. We are having a move, corrective phase to the upside. Hence we had a move to the downside. So that already happened. So let's look at what is currently happening and what we are anticipating to happen next. So we pushed, and then now we're having an impulse. So this is an impulse to the downside. So we're having to see this type of movement, right? We have an impulse, but it's possible that the market can come back to this point, something like this. so the market can come back to this point before we push further to the downside. Because looking at this other block, right? So we always say, you see, something like this. So I like to keep it this way. So this will be my what? My supply. So this will be my supply. I'm expecting the market to come a little bit up. If it doesn't, we'll have to look at what is currently happening. If it doesn't, then it breaks this manner in the middle. Then we'll have to take it. Something like this. If it breaks, that's my brush. Okay. If it does this, it breaks, then we'll have to take our sell position around here, and the loss should be above. And take it all the way down, right? So this is what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for. You just have to understand how the market will move, and then let's look at what recently happened. The movement that you see here, it's something that I'm expecting to happen. Can you see the market pushed up, came here, pushed, and then came back to take this point? So can you see what you are having here? You're having this point and this one. See? So can you see what you had here? You have this. So now this becomes more of a double bottom because it's an area whereby it managed to resist. And also look what happened after the market pushed further up and then came back instead. So the market, you can see it was spiking and releasing to the downside, coming back to test the demand zone. So this was the most strongest demand zones. It failed to break it. This was the most strongest demand zone. If it broke it, then we will have a different story. Demand zone, this demand zone was very much held stronger. And looking at what we are seeing, the Euro USD has just been having a lot of manipulations. As you can see, even here, there was no proper trends or movement. Look, so you ask yourself, how do you trade this? Obviously, you get to a point whereby you understand pattern separation, patterns within patterns. That's where you can start to take those scalping moves. You can be able to take this, take it all the way up to here. So if a trade goes against you, the best thing that you can do is leave it to hit your stop loss. Don't be moving your stop loss and say, no, it's supposed to go this way, increasing your losses further. You can see leaving this one. So TP hit here. So always, if you want to be on the safer side, wait for the break, take reduced risk entries until you can be confident and be able to take those risk entries. But as a beginner, try to take those reduced risk entries so after the break or at the order block. When you see that it touch the order block, wait for a candle close and then take the trade. Don't be taking trade once it's still pushing inside the order block, because that way you will be able to understand and minimize your losses. But for those who knows that have practiced and they can be able to understand what really moves the market, they can take those trades in that manner. So you can see even this one broke the high and came back here to retest this other block, then it pushed to the upside. So you have to understand what is an uptrend, because you know in an uptrend you always keep on breaking the higher highs. and respecting the higher lows, right? So this is just how it will move. So once it breaks this, it has to come back, retest, create an order block somewhere here. Sometimes it's around this point, but it respects this. Let's do this and yeah, respect this, and then it pushes to the upside. So you need to understand the manner that it moves, and you know that in a downtrend, to break the lower low, respecting the lower high, lower low, lower high in this manner. So this way, this is where you mostly get your order blocks. And then this one, mostly where you get your order blocks. Something like this. So you know that, okay, it broke the lower low, but now it's respecting the lower high. I'm gonna sell here. So just have to make sure you follow the rules and have a trading journey that is positive, constructive, with great motive. Know why you entered into this industry. I believe in you, you're gonna make it just as other 5% traders. From me, your favorite mentor, your one and only Forex Hero. Peace.